Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube world, what is poppin', lockin', and what is droppin', baby? Welcome back to the series, back to the journey, and most specifically to this video. Now, you know what time it is. It is time to go over the grocery haul and what I eat to lose that weight and to get fit. That is right. So, we're gonna be starting off with the OMAD, meal 1, meal 2, and of course going into the dessert. So this week we're going to be a little bit more creative. I have a pretty cool idea of what I do for meal 1, but I don't know yet if I want to make that into meal 2 or meal 1. I haven't really decided yet, so we'll see how the outcome goes. Now, the only thing I'm not eating is tomorrow, which I'm filming this on Monday, so it'll be Tuesday because my work's doing a Taco Tuesday thing, so I might as well go ahead and just eat some tacos without the shells. It's basically just chicken and veggies. So, but without further ado, let's go ahead and go over what I'm going to eat for my OMAD meal this week. Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, let's go ahead and let's go over my OMAD grocery list. Now, we're going to start off with some sockeye salmon. Sockeye is probably my favorite kind of salmon. I just like the ruby red color of it, and I think the taste is just a little bit better. So, I believe this is wild caught, but it claims it's wild caught. But by the way, this is all from Lidl, the grocery store. So, we got some sockeye salmon. We got 180 calories with 24 grams of protein per serving. This is half a pound, so 4 ounces, so 8 ounces. We got 2 servings of sockeye salmon right here. Next, we got some jumbo shrimp, tailless and shellless. This is 0.88 pounds with 100 calories per serving with 22 grams of protein. So shrimp is phenomenal for weight loss regarding to high protein, low calorie. So what is it, 4 ounces of this guy? So about 3/4 of a pound right here. So about 3 servings of jumbo shrimp. Next, we have a bag of long grain rice, specifically this is long grain white rice. So 350 calories with 8 grams of protein for the entire packet. I will probably be having 2 of these because one of these packets is actually for meal 1, but because we're not going to be using it, so I haven't really decided yet. But we got this guy here for meal 1, or sorry, OMAD. And of course, for our vegetable choice, we have some broccolini. This is probably one of my favorite vegetables. You could just spray these with a little olive oil spray or avocado oil spray, put some seasoning on top of it, throw this in the air fryer, and you'll have the most fantastic broccolini you will ever have in your entire life. Well, that's it for OMAD. So I'll be making that later today, and I'll be enjoying it and then sharing the macros with everyone for that. But so let's go over meal 1. So for meal 1, we're going to be doing something a little bit more, I guess, creative. So basically what we've got going on here are breakfast burrito bowls. So we did the burrito bowl not too long ago. Now we're gonna make breakfast variations of it with a little special ingredient from a request a while back. So let's get to it. Every burrito bowl, you're gonna have rice. So we're using the same rice packet as for my OMAD over to the meal 1s for these. So we got this guy right here. Next, for our protein choices, we have some turkey bacon. I believe this is low sodium, I can't remember, but turkey bacon here, we got 30 calories per serving with 5 grams of protein. So this is better than the butterball. The butterball is actually under the protein test. This actually passes the protein test. Fun fact. And next, I have 3 pounds of ground turkey right here. Ground turkey is a phenomenal source of protein for low calories, as we're doing 160 calories per serving with 22 grams of protein. So this is 93.7. They didn't have any 99.1 at the grocery store that I shop at, which is Lidl. So that's what we got. For our veggie choices, we have some yellow onion, or sweet onion, I guess, and then some bell peppers here. We have to make our meal preps here. So I'm only gonna use 1, maybe 2 onions, and then I got 6 peppers here. Also, someone forgot to mention 3 packets of this bacon and 1 packet of rice for each, so it's 6 total. And then, as for extra proteinness, we have some 100% egg whites here. I believe this is 32 ounces, so we're gonna use the whole entire container, which is 5.33 ounces per serving. How do I know that? Because I use this a lot. So to add a little bit extra protein-esque and to make it more breakfast, we're gonna be adding some egg whites to this guy. Then we got some cheese here. This is some reduced fat mozzarella. I got 2 bags of these. They didn't have any fat-free, so low fat is the way to go. So we have, we're using 1/3 a bag per serving for the breakfast bowls. And then to add some flavor, we have some salsa here. This is specifically fire roasted chipotle. This is Lidl brand salsa, 20 calories per serving. It's got a gram of protein in it, which is kind of funny. But to add some extra flavor to our protein bowl, we have some salsa here. And last but not least, we have the Taste Flavor Co.'s Southwest Ranch, or I like to call this enchilada sauce because it actually tastes nothing like ranch. But we're going to be adding this to our burrito bowls as well. So stay tuned on how I implement this for my breakfast bowls to enhance your flavors with Taste Flavor Co. Not sponsored, by the way. I just really like them. I think my channel is too small to get sponsored at the moment. So, but Joe Swalls and Jason, if you're watching this, I'm always available. Let's go over meal 2. For meal 2, we're keeping it super simple. Basically, just 3 ingredients. So we got some 93.7 ground beef this time. So we have the ground turkey. Now we got the ground beef. Ground beef's pretty good. We got 160 calories per serving with 23 grams of protein. Basically the same thing as the ground turkey, just red meat versus poultry. So we got 3 pounds of this. This is a 2 pound, and then I got 1 pound in the fridge, so 3 pounds total. And then we got our vegetable asparagus. I have 3 bags of these, so we'll be using half a bag per serving of the asparagus. I prefer more the thinner asparagus, but this is all they had, so, but it still works out pretty well. So we got some asparagus. And then last but not least, red potatoes. So this is a bunch. I don't really know how many I'm going to use. I'll have to do some math on this, but a whole bag of red potatoes. Let's go for dessert. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to enhance and conquer our sweet tooth with the dessert after our meals. And let me show you what I got. Now, dessert's gonna be ultra stupid simple. Dark chocolate. So we got a half serving, half a bar. So this is 70% cacao. So it's got 180 grams of protein, or sorry, wow, that would be a lot. 180 calories with 3 grams of protein. So it's got 3.5 servings per bar. So we'll be using 1.75 servings per meal. To increase our fiber intake and even conquer our fullness, we got a watermelon. This is a mini watermelon. So I got 2 of these guys. So it'll be a third watermelon per serving. So I'll probably end up cutting these guys up, putting in a big container, and eating them all the way through. So got ourselves a nice juicy watermelon here. So without further ado though, let's go ahead and make meal 1, get that cooking up, and I'll show you guys what it looks like at the end. See you then. Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube world, I don't know about you, but I am absolutely starving. And that means it's time to go ahead and get my OMAD meal of the day. So as you can see here, we have our charcuterie board style, or a cutting board style, I guess, of our fantastic meal here. Trying to get into the camera best without tilting everything. But here we go. We got our salmon, shrimp, broccolini, and our 2 ton of rice. This is a lot of rice. And then for the dessert, we do have 2 of these Built bars. I actually had 2 more, but I ate them already. But always good to get our protein in for that as well. And it's leaking over the place, which is nice too. But we got our shrimp here, seasoned in a roasted garlic and herb seasoning, which is actually really good. If there was a food that I could eat for the rest of my life, just one, it would 1000% be shrimp. Shrimp is probably one of my favorite proteins of all time. This is so good, especially if cooked right. Next, we got our sockeye salmon here, cooked really well, with the same seasoning on top, of course. There's something about sockeye salmon that's just superior. And there we go. Next, we got our rice, topped off with Taste Flavor Co.'s teriyaki, low calorie, of course. Just generic microwave rice, but with the Taste Flavor Co. sauce, obviously makes it taste a lot better. And last but not least, we got our broccolini here, air fried to a crisp. Topped off with salt, pepper, and garlic powder, by the way. Fantastic. And we have our Dr. Pepsi. What am I talking about? Diet Pepsi, caffeine-free, of course, too. Because it's later in the afternoon. I don't want an extra caffeine in me. So it's caffeine-free. Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube world, I'm going to go ahead and present the macros for this meal up on the screen right here. You guys can pause and take a look. And I hope this is something, if you encourage yourselves to do OMAD, maybe this could be a good example with the 2 protein, 1 grain, and of course 1 veggie. So, but without further ado, I'll catch you guys when I go over meal 1. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube world, welcome to meal 1. Today is going to be push day for me, so let's go ahead and get ourselves a protein-packed meal. And guys, look at this right here. I don't know if you guys can see the in-depth details. Oh my goodness, this thing is thick, large, and charged. I think this is literally pure protein edible. So what I got going on here, I guess you can call it a breakfast burrito bowl or like breakfast bowl, but essentially it's red potatoes, ground turkey, nice 93.7, turkey bacon. This is the lower calorie one, higher protein, so it's like 30 calories per slice with 5 grams of protein per slice. Bell peppers, onions, and egg whites. Pure protein in a bowl, essentially. Now, to top it off and to make it even taste better than before, we got Taste Flavor Co.'s Southwest Ranch. Creamy, smoky, and utterly delicious. We're just gonna go ahead and put a lot of this guy on here. This sauce is really good because it's 15 calories per serving. So, as you can see here, I don't know if you guys are able to read that, but it is pretty low in calories. So, shout out the Taste Flavor Co. for your immaculate low-calorie sauces to help everyone on their weight loss journey. Shout out Joey Small and Jason, the owners of Taste Flavor Co. Please acknowledge my video. No, I'm kidding. So, not sound desperate. So, also forgot low or reduced fat mozzarella cheese is in this as well. Just why not put some extra protein in here? So, as you guys can see here, we got our first bite, pretty much loaded with everything. I think maybe not a potato, but all right. So, without further ado, bon appetit. Good heavens, that was good. One thing I forgot to put on here that I will probably add on later is salsa. I have a roasted chipotle salsa that'll go really good with this as well. I had some liquidation on top of everything, so. But salsa on this would be phenomenal as well. So you can go even lower calorie. You can do fat-free mozzarella cheese. It's like 45 calories with like 9 grams of protein. This is 80 calories with, no, 70 calories with 8 grams of protein. But, wait, I'm hitting the potato too. Oh, so good. This was kind of a hassle and a half to make. But overall, I'd say it's pretty good. It's a large and a massive amount of food, by the way. So, keep that in mind as you see me engulf this entire bowl. But I've made some slight adjustments to the macros on this because my portionings were a little bit different than what I wanted to before. Try to get the calories a little bit lower, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to do that, guy. Get that all uploaded, and I'll present you guys with the macros on that, and I'll see you guys on meal 2. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen of D2, I just came back from a killer push day, which that video will be coming out later, I guess next week, because I usually do the workout videos like Mondays. I think it just fits pretty well with the scheduling. But so about meal 2. So meal 1 has me stuffed. I have absolutely no appetite, although I am craving some watermelon, and watermelon is very low in calorie, right? So check this guy out. Oh, hit myself in the chest. I meant to do a really cool transition, but that felt a little bit pretty, and just the chest I too, so my chest hurts. Who knew watermelon could be so impactful? But this is a mini watermelon, or a small watermelon, I guess they called it. When you look for watermelons, look out for these yellow spots and dark in color. That will give you the sweetest taste of your watermelon. Now, Lidl has very interesting produce, I will say, but these watermelon look pretty good, and I had one before, so this one seems pretty good too. So, but I don't know what I'm saying, but watermelon has so many good benefits for you, it's actually crazy. I think besides berries, I think watermelon is probably one of the best fruits for you to eat on a weight loss journey. And reason being is because 1, it's pretty low in calories. I think like 2 cups of watermelon is like less than 90 calories or something. It also has a tiny bit of protein in there, but it's also 92% water, hence why it's called a watermelon. This thing will hydrate you tomorrow. So you can do hydration powder or you can eat half a watermelon. So watermelon also has a ton of fiber in it too. So this will help with stomach digestion and also helps with stomach aches too. Because honestly, after meal 1, my stomach was feeling kind of loosey. So the watermelon will actually do the trick and counteract all that acidity that I had before, all the spiciness and so on. So the watermelon will really help with that too. But I highly recommend getting yourselves a watermelon and incorporating watermelon into your diet. Now, I will say watermelon is more of a seasonal fruit, so I would get it more toward in the summertime, but they looked pretty good now, so I figure I'd go ahead and pick one up. They're also fairly cheap. This guy was about $4. You can pick up 3 of these and eat half a watermelon per day throughout the week, except for one, of course. I think half a watermelon, because this is like 7.15 pounds, I think, when I weighed it at the grocery store. So a little bit over 3 pounds of watermelons. Under 500 calories, I think, but like 10 grams of fiber. So it does have a lot of sugar in it. So if you're trying to watch your sugar, just be cautious. But it's natural sugar, so it works out pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy cut up, and we'll be chowing down on some watermelon, baby. Also, here are the macros for meal 2. I know I don't have it during the video, but I did have it yesterday, although I did have a pound of ground beef versus a half a pound, so that's kind of the only difference. But throughout the rest of the days, I did use a half a pound of 93.7 ground beef. All it really is, it's ground beef, asparagus, and rice. So those 3 things, and then with a sauce on top of it, usually. I use Cholula's green pepper sauce, which is absolutely phenomenal. If you don't know what that is, probably Cholula's best sauce they have. It's spicy, but also a little sweetness to it, but it goes great with like especially tacos. But without further ado, let's go ahead and cut into this watermelon before I cut my fingers in half. Jesus. So, nice, juicy, succulent watermelon. We're gonna use this half because it's smaller, because I can't cut things in half, I guess. Literally in half. Ooh, yes. Then, can I do this? Watermelon is also pretty good for dogs, so if your dog likes watermelon like mine does, not a bad win for that. We got ourselves a wedge here. We'll see how fast I can eat this guy. So I do apologize for the disgustingness you guys are about to witness. I don't know how fast it is. I'll figure out how to put a timer in there, but I don't. Would this be considered being clean for a watermelon eating competition? That just tells you how juicy and succulent a watermelon is. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat the rest of this guy, and I'll catch you guys at the end when we go over everything. Oh, well, I forgot to hit record, so I can do it all over again, but it is what it is. So I forgot to mention dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is pretty good for you. Just make sure to have a little bit amount of it. This is a half a bar. I've eaten some of it, of course. I was eating some of it when I thought I was recording, but the world hates me, I guess. So, but I'm going to go ahead and put up the total macros for throughout the day. This is including the watermelon and the dark chocolate. So, I know I didn't eat the meal 2 necessarily, but it's pretty simple. Just ground beef, asparagus, and rice. So, I don't really have a picture of it necessarily, but it should be pretty straightforward for that. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube world. If you're enjoying the content and enjoying the journey, then feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and even share, especially with the ones who are willing and want to start their weightness and or fitness journey, because we are here to support everyone who wants to dedicate themselves to the journey to be healthier, just like I am. We're on the internet, so we got to learn to take it. Comment anything positive or negative. If you want to be a bum about stuff, go ahead and be a bum about stuff. But providing criticism, I'm always here to take it. If I'm doing anything wrong, with regard to exercises, regarding to eating or dieting or whatever, tell me. I'm more than happy to learn, because we are all here to learn. Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube world, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for tuning in to the journey and to the channel. Stay disciplined, stay focused. I'll catch you guys on whatever I upload next. Peace!